All my OBS settings are messed up because I'm on a different computer. Hold on. Okay, so that just is going to continue catching the mouse if it's too close. Got it. So how is everyone here doing so far? I see Voyager, David, Tim, Chell. How's it going? How many computers do I have? So I've got my main desktop. I have a NAS, which for the past year has been just my old an old X99 motherboard that I had, plus like a $20 Xeon processor off eBay. Um, that computer, I mean, it worked for that NAS purpose, but right now it's got my old AM4 setup in it, because that's a little bit more energy efficient and a bit more powerful. Um, and then I do have a laptop. Technically, like I do have like a third desktop that I can access out in the living room, but the family uses that most of the time. Jonathan, how's it going? Gary, Exotic, Grim. So yeah, I am back on the main computer. Obviously, though, there's been a Windows reinstall in the time since. So let's uh let's see here. I know people have been saying webcam, Spencer webcam. The room's a mess. Honestly, like I have an old chair, like a not like a recliner, but just a chair that just are storing in here for now, and ideally that'll probably get moved down to the garage at some point. But for now, like half my room is just being used for storage, it feels like. Okay, so main computer is up and running. Let me bring the camera over and show that. So it's not perfect. There's still some issues. Let me go big on the camera here. That's so small. There we go. Okay. So I like to water cool things, and I do need to top the reservoir off now that the air is mostly bled out of the system, but the CPU's got one of the new Alpha Cool Core 1 water blocks on it. I was previously using an Optimus block, but the block I had from them was starting to have some like corrosion or something on the metal, so I did go through and replace that. And then for my GPU, the 7900 XTX, I did get an Alpha Cool Core water block for that, and I have also flashed the BIOS on it so it has a higher power limit and all that. So the system still has some work that needs to be done. I don't really like all the tube runs up here, but for now it works. So the main thing is the computer's up and running again, and everything appears to be stable. Not perfect, but you know, it's just how things go. It's gonna focus. Focus. Go. Yeah, so there's this ton of crap around me here on the desk still behind me. Yeah. Okay. I can probably trim out some of the background though, but let me go back here. Webcam. I'm gonna just cut out some of the background here. Let's go off 100 bit more than that. Right. That ought to be good enough. Clean up some of the mess behind me. Stable, but for how long? I know. I have a problem. Okay. The biggest problem to me, like the biggest gamble, is that I picked up one of these little EEPROM kits off of Amazon for like 15 bucks. And when I disassembled the card to put the water block on it, I went through and used this. I like clipped this right onto the BIOS chip on the card, and then I I wiped the flash on that and then put the BIOS on that I wanted to put on it. But the temps have been good. Like, I was running this for quite a long time last night, and everything was perfectly fine. I mean, the CPU was maxing out at like the 80s. It's a 7950X. Those things get hot no matter what you throw at them, unless you delit them. But I didn't want to. I didn't want to delit it. For the GPU, I mean, just sitting here, it's at 30 degrees Celsius. Yeah, it's got dual BIOS. Okay, so I can already see that I am slowly falling behind on chat, so let me just bring this over here. Dell's got a lot of promo boxes for sale. Keep them. I've heard things. There might be some demand soon. Want to be like Hale, not proofread and be promoted. Oh no, there's a mess. You just can't see it on the camera. No crashes with this card? No, I used it for a good week or two. No crashes. I mean, I did have some crashes yesterday after I was, when I was going through testing everything, I was pushing the clocks up a little bit. So, I mean, I was crashing, but for a different reason. Tubes give the steampunk vibe. Yeah, I should have ordered some more quick disconnects from performance PCs. I only have two, so only the CPU has quick disconnects right now, but ideally, long term, I'd like to get the pair of quick disconnects for the GPU also. Did I overclock it? Yeah, that's why it was crashing. What NAS software? None. It's just running on Windows. I'm terrible. Psycho Chicken, how's it going? Spencer, do I want 117 promo boxes to gamble for just 4.2 billion? No, not really. Yeah, I don't remember if I said it, Grim, but yeah, it's got dual BIOS. The card that I have is a Power Color Red Devil. My XFX Merc 7900 XTX is the one that had the issues and then burned up. That one was bought by Derbauer and Thermal Grizzly so that they could do failure analysis on the connector. So I don't know what's gonna, come of that. I imagine the main culprit in that situation is just going to be user error, in my opinion. I think that's what's going to be blamed, which I think is fair. I do also think it's a bit of a design flaw that thing doesn't have a clip on for the PCIe connectors. Yeah, warp core. Over under odds that there's a crash on stream. Oof. 5700 XT haven't had any issues. Yeah, I mean every card out there, AMD, Nvidia, Intel, like it's there's always going to be some that have issues. And my first 7900 XTX had issues. My 3090, that had a capacitor or something blow up on the back. That's why I even bought the 7900 XTX. And the 1080 Ti that I was using before that, I went through 3 of those under EVGA's warranty because the first one died within the first month. The second one died half a year later. The third one lasted up until I sold it. I see that I am getting pings on Discord. No Voyager, no answer. 4070 Ti works fine. I feel like the prices on Nvidia this generation is not great. Haldo, how's it going? Terrible, David. I mean so I've got my card is a Power Color model, the Red Devil one. And when I flashed the BIOS on it, I put the ASRock Aqua one on it, and then basically the point of doing that is instead of having a power limit of like 380 watts, it can go up to 552 now. It's 552 watts. Definitely needed. Perfect. Perfectly fine for Stowe. Okay. Let's get into one of the big things that people are wanting to talk about today. And that is some of the still related content. Voyager, I see your messages. I have no news on the ship that you specifically have said there. I have no news on that front. I can't really say much about what I have heard because that's a bit out there still yet. Okay. I didn't even realize that the 10th bundle's out on console. Okay, so I've already covered some of this stuff. I haven't covered the remodulation, the Borg Tesseract, Resistance to Starbase 1. Console apparently has a legendary sale up through the 12th with the return of the 10th anniversary bundle. So if you guys care about that and you play on console, then there you go. Okay, we get these pages all loaded up. And let me get my stream chat somewhere I can see it again. Wow, Distant Night. I can't believe that you magically have mentioned the two ships that definitely have not appeared in a certain pre-patch. I can't, those definitely haven't been in any leaks yet. Legendary Borderskew? No, that's fake news. Remember, Cryptic said no more KDF ships. Terrible Distant Night. Just read what Distant Night said. I didn't say it. Distant Night said it. Usually when there's legendary, you know, there's new skins. You know, and hypothetically, imagine if a certain deflector didn't look as terrible as it did right now. I mean, they know. Cryptic knows as soon as they do a pre-patch Grim that people are doing like win merge. They're unpacking it with the gibbed crap and doing win merge to see what's different in the files. Let's just try to not go too crazy on talking about the leaks here, though. I don't want to be the one that Cryptic goes after as a just to show why you shouldn't talk about these things. Ed, fake news. Oh no. Voyager, I've seen the pictures. Jeez. Voyager. I've seen terrible. What traits consoles from the 10th anniversary bundle are good for a phaser beam overload build? Well, Rydia, one of the benefits of the 10th bundle is that you do get the NX. You get the legendary NX, which means you have preferential targeting on account-wide unlock, and you have the console from that, the point defense bombardment warhead. You have that on account-wide unlock. Voyager, terrible. Yeah, OPOG is good. Honestly, like I know Chell has said this a couple of times, but the 10th bundle is decreasing in value, like from a meta point of view as time goes on. It's still a good bundle. You still get a lot of things with the 10th bundle, but it definitely, like if you're just chasing like min max, the value of it is going down over time as better traits and all that come out. Terrible counter. Dina, how's it going? Okay, so let's actually head over to the news. I haven't done a news video yet. I intended to yesterday, but I got sidetracked and we were doing some DPS runs for the first time in a while and had a really good run with the Delkina, which I'll be showing here after the news here. Martin, how's it going? No, I think leaks are fine. It's just Cryptic's like the negative attitude towards leaks in the player base in general and from Cryptic is just stupid in my opinion. Legendary Vaudeville Juggernaut, I don't think that's gonna ever happen. Okay, so the first bit of news here is built-in remodulation. It'll no longer be a device you have to equip, and you can earn and build special modulators. So, from what I understand, there's been some other remodulators that you can get from Defara for a long time, and those are going to be moved to the R&D school, or to one of the R&D tabs, and there's going to be new modulators that with additional benefits. And I don't know where you're going to be slotting these. Is this going to be like on your character page? You just slot it in its own area? Is this on the trait window? They don't actually say here. Terrible. We've read these blogs to get on with it. Okay, the point is, with the upcoming patch, you're not going to have to click the remodulation thing anymore. It'll just automatically go in the background. And you can get new ones that will make it even better. Borg Tesseract event. So there's a Borg-based ground set. I've already talked about the Infinity Modulator Rifle. If you want to earn this set, you'll have to participate in the upcoming event for 20 days. And it's going to be a month long, so it will need 20 days of participation. The buyout cost will be like $60, so just play it out, get it for free. The ways that you can earn progress are by playing the new episode, the prior episode, the new TFOs, and I think that's it. I don't think there's any patrols that will qualify for this. So we have the Infinity Modulator Rifle. The big thing about this is that the Borg have a harder time adapting to it, and it says here this Polaron rifle is twice as difficult for the Borg to adapt to and has a secondary fire that does extra Tetrion damage to targets with low hit points. So it looks like it is possible for them to adapt to it, but it will take much longer than other weapons. We have a ground shield here, and this basically mimics the adaptation that Borg have, and as you take damage, you will gain stacking shield resistance. Who cares? And there's a universal kit module, which it's a device you can deploy that will heal and resurrect you and your allies. Okay, I'm very underwhelmed. Okay, next blog. We have Resistance of Starbase 1. I'll get to the fog off here in a minute. So Resistance of Starbase 1 is basically a reimagining of the Defense of Starbase 1 TFO. Remember, about a year and a half ago, Cryptic said that Starbase 1 is by far the most popular TFO in the game. And that is definitely not, that was definitely not influenced by the fact that there was, hundreds of instances of bot farmers doing it 24/7. That definitely had nothing to do with those metrics. But they know that we like Starbase 1. So what they've done is the next queue that we're getting is Starbase 1, but with Borg. That's right. It's Starbase 1, but with Borg. Indeed, Waldo. The most farmable AFK-able TFO is extremely popular. I know. And the big announcement that just happened earlier today is the details for the Prodigy lockbox. So obviously the Protostar is the main prize from it. There are Protostar phaser weapons in this lockbox, and I have seen there was a dump And I mean, it says right in the blog, but there was also a dump confirming that there's icons for beams and cannons. So there are actually cannons alongside beams with this weapon pack, which is good because not all of them recently have had that. And protostar phasers are equipped with a regenerative phaser emitter that can return a small amount of energy back to weapon, shield, engines, or aux power. So a slightly different proc than the protostar Omni that we had recently. And yeah, really not that useful. Duty officers, Del Rel. Del creative and unorthodox approach to tactics allows him to alter the dynamics of your fire at will and attack pattern beta. List off, very much, everyone wants to know what the hell this off actually does. I don't know, but I want to know. I would love to know. I'm very curious to see what all that actually entails, because that looks like it could be very interesting, but we'll have to wait and see. Chadamar, you're fine. The next one here is Gwendala. Gwyn's experience and affinity with Watch robots grants a chance to beam down Watcher robots when using security team. Garbage. Genkum Pog can fix it. Your engineering team recharge time and effectiveness are improved. Okay. I mean, that honestly, like, someone out there might care about that. For PvE, I don't really care, but maybe PvP will care about having Inch team up faster. I don't know. I really don't. Rocktack's enthusiasm for the sciences allowed her to add a chance to add seismic agitation field to your tricorder scans. Some of you may like that. N0, your chance of return was low. Our desire to leave remained high. Your evasive maneuvers, recharge, and effectiveness are improved. So, judging by the fact that a lot of these are like impacting cooldown or changing the effect, I have to assume that like this is, maybe bringing Fallout down to, a couple seconds. That would be ideal. But as always, like the duty officers look really interesting, but there's like just no information about them, so we have to wait. We have to wait. I want to see like the full tooltip for Dalrel here. Hold on, bear with me for a minute. I'm definitely not doing something that I shouldn't do. The screen's gonna go black for a moment. Not doing anything. Ignore me. Just bear with me for a minute. I don't see anything. Yeah, I'm definitely not doing anything that I shouldn't be doing on stream. Okay, let's go back to showing the display capture. FBI, open up. Spencer, your screen is still on. I'm not doing anything. Okay, so we don't have any information on what exactly this duty officer does. I am very curious to see. And I guess we're just gonna have to wait for Tuesday. We have some traits here. The first one is space trait, whole lot of X's. You and your crew's quick thinking allow you to avoid disaster some of the time. When your hull is low, your ship will receive a hull and shield heal. That, I mean, we'll have to see the numbers, but I don't imagine that's going to be anything too important. Space trait, the old razzle dazzle. When under pressure, your crew comes up with unorthodox methods to temporarily boost system effectiveness. What's this? Let's see. Yeah, I don't know exactly what that buff is going to be. And then we have another trait here called Go Fast. An advanced understanding of propulsion systems allows your ships to be faster at and more agile at impulse speeds. You gain random amounts of power to all subsystems for a short while after you are critically hit in space combat. None of these traits scream out as being like anything, game changing to me. I'm certain someone will have some value from one of these traits, but I don't really think so. Okay, so next up we have a kit module called Watcher Robots, and Cryptic knows you guys really liked the Watcher Bridge Officers, so how are you going to like Watcher Robot kit modules? These are autonomous robots created by the whatever. This kit module will spawn 3 Watcher robots. Each robot is capable of firing an energy bolt and discharge melee range and electric shock that can stun targets. Probably just a fun little pet spam thing, nothing too crazy. Okay. Universal kit frame, a tricorder protostar. The unique effect of this kit frame is that it allows you to perform a stronger tricorder scan. However, it has a longer cooldown than traditional tricorders, so probably nothing that important. Then we have some weapons here. The Protostar Phaser High Density Rifle and Protostar Phaser Stun Pistol. So if you like the Protostar ground weapons, then there you go. And over in the Lobby store, we have these melanoid worms, the melanoid slime worms. There's 5 different colors that you can go through and get. These should have a cost of 30 Lobby per. Yeah. Um, very, very interesting. I mean, but there's only 5 DOFs, right? How many was it? 5? Yeah. So the DOFs will not be that expensive. The DOFs should be quite cheap, honestly. There is no new console, and I'm not aware of one. Yes, that is coffee. It is 5:39 p.m. and I have been up for like 2 hours. I don't know what to say. I have such a screwed up schedule right now. My sleep schedule is just completely out there. I'm not aware of a console. So yeah, basically the only thing interesting, like many of you are saying, is the duty officers, and we don't actually have that much information about them yet. Hopefully we'll get some information here in the next couple of days. Um, I'm gonna take one more look at something real quick. I really want to know information about this Dal Raldoff. There's just nothing. Going. Yeah, there's no. Unfortunate. Okay. I don't know what you're talking about, Warpcore. Ed, no, the proc is different. Zoom in enhances glasses reflections. I wouldn't. Warp core. I would never do anything that violates the Star Trek Online terms of service on my primary account. Why are you still wearing glasses, Spencer? You're not gonna read anything looking at my glasses. The resolution of this webcam's too low. So yeah, the basic highlights to me for this new season are these duty officers and the T6X2 stuff. That's the most exciting part to me. Terrible. I did almost forget. So while I was, not working on a news video yesterday and last night, I was doing some DPS runs. And I know, like I've mentioned to some of you, I've been working on some projects. One of them is a build video for the Delkina, and that is still going to happen. It just may not happen as soon as I was hoping for, but it is going to happen. But I did do a run with the Delkina last night with the do setup, so the plasma CSV stuff, and this was the result. Terrible, Grim. Terrible. So, I mean, there was 440k DPS from the Maelstrom under spread, but the plasma stuff did really well. I had 313k DPS from complex plasma fires. On the pet side, I had 4.4 mil from Agony. Remember, when you're looking at SCM, if you use the Agony redistributor against a target, SCM will list it under your pets as whatever you used it against. So I used it against Attack Cube, that's why there's Attack Cube in my pets. Now you're also going to see Tholian Warp Crystals. We have been seeing a lot of really good results from Tholian Warp Crystals just using the Tholian core from the recent event on these DPS builds in these types of runs. However, for traditional gameplay, I'm hesitant to recommend the Tholian Warp Core because it really benefits from things being grouped up. The most we have seen from it in a run so far was 600k DPS, but that was a very highly coordinated split run. In even your average left-right channel run, you're not going to get that. But don't be surprised if you continue to see this warp core and these Tholian warp crystals, appearing on these high-end parses, because in that environment, it's really good. The experimental weapon off the Gorn Hunter did 138k. This is not the highest result I got with it. I had one run where the experimental weapon did like 180. $1 million not due. Well, I mean, complex plasma fire is due though. Like that's triggered by the energy weapons firing. That's like saying, subspatial is not actually torp damage, even though it's, caused by the torps hitting. So complex plasma fire to me is valid energy weapon damage. But I do have a video of the run, so let's take a look at that. After I get the... Where is it? So again, this was a coordinated run, split run. Split runs are not very common. They require a very high skill level from the entire team. But the main thing to know about split runs is that the runtime is heavily compressed. I'm going from the start to the left side and then to the end tack cube. I'm not going to the right side because one of the side DPSers has taken out the right side for me, and the gateway is being taken out by another player. So that's one factor here. Now I'm going to uncover my trays, and I'm just going to move myself up here for the moment. There we go. Let's play the VOD. Between the Section 31 battlecruiser and Kelvin Heavy Command, what's better? The Section 31 battlecruiser. On fire, Holy Mike. Ideally, the target for a side nuker, I think, would be 10 to 12 seconds. And if it's at that 12-second range, it can feel a bit slow. This run, I screwed up. The thing is, this 2.4 was not the best run, but it was the only clean run. So I was waiting for the spheres to spawn in before I fired the torp spread off, and then I went to the center here, and you see the tack cube is out. Now, this was not the best run. Like, there was still room for improvement. I was boarded here. So the other day we had a run where I was almost at 2.6 with this build, and I still believe that that is attainable, but this was just under 2.4. It's 23.99, 294. So it's basically 2.4, and there were issues in this run. Like, there is still room for improvement. The issue is, Chell, is if you take out we can set up builds that damn near insta-kill the transformer. The issue is you have to go a little bit slow, that agony can propagate onto the generators and also onto the spheres. Yes, I was using Maelstrom. Remember, the Maelstrom changes are live. So I'll play this run again, just completely uninterrupted so you guys can see it. Start was a little bit slow. Left side, I could have been there faster. My positioning on left was not good. I was not hitting the back right generator with where I was positioned. I was off center to the left by like half a kilometer to a kilometer. So like that slowed down the left side a little bit. The right side probably could have went down a smidge faster, and like I was boarded here, so we didn't have proper team synergy coverage. I mean, it was still a good run, but there's definitely, room for improvement here. I hate your camera management, by the way. You're not the only one to say that. I hear that quite often, that the camera coverage is not great. It drives Nick crazy. No, with those split runs, being that I'm going from the start to the left to the end tack cube, we just have an improved grab well at the start that just persists, and then we just go straight to the tack cube. There's a player with a build dedicated to nuking the right side, and another player that takes out the gateway. If you have a torp setup, like either of those roles is not really that difficult, but getting that type of team together for that stuff, it just doesn't really happen. Voyager ROM command quick. I don't even know if my game sound's on. Voyager's gonna come over here and try to troll me, and then my game sound's gonna be completely turned off. In the specific thing that we're doing, yes. I need to get some stuff sold. Infiltrators are down to 100 mil? What? That's terrible. Do I have any in the mail? Terrible. Market manipulation time? Okay, what are phaser hanger pack consoles going? What? Okay. Okay. 110. I'll take it. 110 mil. What's the best carrier? Um, I mean, you have a few different options. I imagine the friendship would probably be pretty solid. Yeah, I would have to say the friendship probably would be the best or one of the better ones right now. The Miracle Worker ones are also quite nice. Actually, no, the Miracle Worker like D7 and Donnie would probably be the best. I mean, the Valkus is cool, but that's if you're doing the Romulan drone ships. If you're doing any other pet, you know, those lose value. The Friendship is the ship that came out a couple weeks ago. I haven't picked one up yet because I just didn't want to drop the EC on it. 1164. Nick, how's it going? If you push bet, yeah. I didn't realize just how many of these Borg things I'm back up to. There's 408 of these in here. That's a lot of dilithium. Yeah, I did get that re-rolled. I'm gonna upgrade another Maelstrom just for another character on my account. He only wants to flex his isomags? Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. Do I think they will ever do a 5-5 ship? Not anytime soon, no. Filthy Hoarder? Yeah. I'll be the first to admit that I have a problem. What's really bad is how many of these are phaser, how many of these are disruptor, how many of these are plasma. Let's start off with the plasma. Oh, there's one that is not Mark 15. Gotta fix that. Yeah, I know. I don't care if plasma is quite cheap on the market. I mean, I'll probably use some of these, on some of my alts at some point. So plasmas, I mean, there's quite a few there. AP, I think I did get a set for. Yeah, I have a set of AP. Disruptor. There's a few. Phaser. It's probably more than what's on the market right now. No device slots? Yeah, the device slots are very underwhelming. Yeah. I want to rip open some of these off packs. I know that's some somewhat boring content for some of y'all. Distant Night, thoughts on doing the Terran Gamut arc on normal? Not really. I just I'm not really much a fan of I'm not much a fan of the story content in this game. Um I've sort of just lost touch with it since the end of the Iconian arc. That's not, the story is not why I play this game. I play this game because I like how it plays. I like, flying the Star Trek ships around and shooting at things. Yeah, I did, Nick. What was I gonna sell here? These bridge officer manual boxes, if I could just open all in one go, I would probably sell those, but because I have to collect them one by one, they just continue to sit there. Open a couple weapon packs though. What weapon packs do I open today? Iridium? Yeah, let's go. Iridium weapons are really nice looking in my opinion. Yes, I did see that posted on Reddit that someone had made like a data list in Starfield. I imagine like I tried playing Starfield the other day. I think it looks good. Like it's a really good looking game, but I think it'll be a while before I go and sit down and actually play through that in a bit more depth. Um, that's just there's a lot to do in that game, and if you're going through and playing that, you really want to just sit down and play it for a while. You don't want to just jump in, do a little bit here, a little bit there. You wanna fully dive into it. Chuck them plasma weapons your way. I don't know how a Bethesda Star Trek game would go. That's an interesting question and thought though. That I do wonder how that would actually go. Nice. I know we do have a new Star Trek game coming up though in the next month or so by the people that made Stellaris. I don't know how much I'll play that one. You know, with a game like that, Stellaris is a bit too complex, I feel, for most people to get into, and I don't think that this would be much different. Yeah, there will be at least a 20% lobby sale. Yeah, there will be a key sale and a lobby sale starting up on Tuesday? Tuesday the 12th, I think, yeah. I mean, I got some turrets and like one dual heavy cannon, so that wasn't the worst drop from this, but that was not good. Got a lot of Viridian turrets though. Yeah, it is the Stellaris fork that got reskins, yeah. Dan, no, the 10% bonus doesn't stack, but you can make more Klingon recruits and just go through and get the extra perk points from them, and that will beat out doing endeavors on a traditional character. You know, I don't know Distant Night. I honestly, TFOs are very scary, you know? TFOs are a very, very scary thing to do. No, I have not, Ryan. Symbiotic Ice is finally like a reasonable price. Let's put a couple of those. 29. Tuesday. Every time Stowe patches, I get worried. You know, I had that too, and Nick had that too. So I don't know. I don't know what the patch is for. Because I already had the pre-patch downloaded, and then it gave me like another 3 gig patch the yesterday. Yeah, T6X2 is Tuesday. Which reminds me, I need to sell these T6 tokens here. $48 per. I was hoping these things would go up a little bit higher, to be honest with you. I think Tuesday, these will probably shoot up in price, so I'm going to just hold on to these. You're making 1.1K a week? Yeah, I think Baldur's Gate 3 is still like been like the top Steam game, Zach. Get ready for the logging queues on Tuesday. That's why you got to have the lifetime, you know, you get that premium login. I see your greed. Terrible. Jim, you want a Fed Fleet invite? Yeah. says you're already invited. Okay. Terrible. Actually, that character had some dilithium. I need to get all my dilithium, like, combined again. This 27k. Ilex is doing pretty well right now. Yeah, you've got more than I, Darth. Rob, hopefully. You know, hopefully. Yeah, I did see that there was even some available at $4.99. Can't believe that all it took was Cryptic introducing some something, you know, that would make people want to use their dilithium. Rob, it's in my Discord. Go to the Casual Sab Discord, go to Spencer's Builds, and like this is a slightly different version of the one that I used in the runs, but I mean this is like it. The difference is that I swapped out the Valdor console for Agony. I did swap one of the turrets for the plasmatic auto turret from the Lobby store. But I think like for the most part, like it's just a couple little changes here or there. Yeah, I mean that's basically it. This character have anything that I need to sell on it? Bed 21, what's that worth? 78? Just ignore the pile of random duty officers. 23's at 100 right now? I'm not selling a 23 that cheap. Tab deflector. I know this is some of the more boring content, you know, just watching me post items on the exchange. Do I have free 22 million? Some of these board offs are too cheap. Even 42 is down in price. Yeah, well, 27's because everyone just focuses on 27. There's other good DOFs that are like as good as 27. Like 24 is pretty good. Depending on the build, you know, 26 is also pretty solid. 31's a little up there, which it should be. 32, there's not even a 32 on the market. What the hell? Okay, what are Marion's at? I want to see. 40 mil? It's gonna be a flash sale here. There's two of them up at 35. Vincent? Yeah. Vincent's always going to be a cheaper DOF. A lot of people don't want to put that on with it just being 25% chance. I'm gonna look at. This character doesn't have any warp core DOFs. What about energy? Got blues, but that's it. Yeah, I think the issue with Vincent is that it would be different if we had more DOF slots, but with us being limited to just the the 6 DOF slots, it's not great. 8 to 47 is 17 mil. Okay, so like everything that is not one of the like 3 or 4 attack ones that sells really well is like just crashed in price. That's disappointing. Steel, how's it going? Buy the cheap one and resell. Well, that wasn't actually a Marion at 600k. That was something else. Lobby ships are still a bit cheap on the exchange. I'm really surprised we haven't seen a Lobby drop in the or a promo drop in the Lobby store so far this year. Really been expecting one. Yeah, you can get through Starfield pretty fast from what I heard, but it's the you don't want to rush through the main story is what I was seeing. I was seeing that a lot of the reviewers were saying, spend a lot of time doing the side stories. They said that the main story sort of isn't the best, but that the secondary stories that you can pick up along the way definitely like are much better to do content wise. I got Starfield for free, so that's why I was even playing it. I would not have paid 70 or $100 for it. I just don't really pay that price for games that often anymore. Outside of Stow, which whenever there's a new legendary bundle, you might put in like $100. For free how? So with my GPU that I bought a month or two back, I got a code for it, and then I got a full refund basically for that GPU, but I got to keep the code. Well, I bought an XFX 7900 XTX. The adapter that I was using from Thermal Grizzly burnt, and Thermal Grizzly had me send them the invoice for the GPU and the wire view, and they paid me back everything in full, and they had me shipped to them with like 2 day shipping from the US to Germany through DHL. So they they paid, they covered the full cost there, but with them buying the card off me and me not returning it to Amazon, that was me getting to keep the Starfield code and also getting my money back from the card. So that's what happened there. And then I bought another 7900 XTX. And a water block for it. Okay. What was that? Oh. Oh. Let's not talk about that. That was really bad timing. That is turn the clocks down a little bit. Okay, hold on. Yeah, there's like an activation tool, but I did that way back. Webcam screwed up now? Yeah, the driver reset. I imagine it's because one of the settings is tuned a bit too far. So do I have hardware info open? Yeah, Adrenaline's not showing what my overclocks are, but I open MSI Afterburner. Yeah, I mean, I've got some of these cranked up a little bit higher than I probably should, so that's probably what the issue is there. Um, so I'm gonna take the core clock back down just a little bit, and the memory clock just back those down a little bit. So it's overclocked, so that's where the stability issues are coming in. Just gotta tune these as I find issues. Dial it back just a smidge as needed. But I mean the card is fine temp wise. What's the temp at? See that? Let me change it to commie units. So it's 23.5 degrees Celsius in here, or 74 Fahrenheit. Does a driver reset count as a crash? Depends on who you ask. That mess with my camera on OBS, it looks like. Yes, distant night, that's what I said. Hold on, let me see if I can fix the webcam. Going back to that didn't do anything. Oh no, I think what happened is it just like the preview window here just got screwed up on my end. Expected update. There will be a gambling video the next week when the new lockbox is out. I'll probably copy some keys over to Tribble and do some opening over there. So I can show you guys the experience that Cryptic is, trying to advertise to kids. Yeah. I have seen some requests that we do a Corfez. So I guess maybe it's time. Maybe it's time to do the good old Corfez. Let's start up the combat log. Spencer has a driver reset every 15 minutes on Windows 11. Yeah, I mean, if I have another driver reset, I'll just go back to 10 because I've literally been using this card the past 2 weeks on 10 with no issues. So it is probably just a Windows 11. If that is even the issue. I think I just had the clocks turned up a little bit too high. Pre-made? But where's the fun in a pre-made? Don't you like the randomness that is offered by pugging this? Yeah, I have lots of faith that things will be grouped up and all that, so that's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. Put a feel like I might need some survivability here. You know, hazard. Now we need side team, right? I've seen complaints on Reddit that I don't run enough of the put a gravel on. Did you guys know that the only reason I ask for tanks in these runs is to make myself look better? I read that on Reddit the other day. I thought it was really funny because if I ever want to actually do like a DPS run, you know, I'm not doing that on stream. If I'm going for a DPS run, it's a very specific coordinated thing that I'm doing with the team that I've been doing things with for a long time that understands how to do stuff at that level. Not doing that on stream, you know, like some of the comments you see online just like what the hell are these people even talking about? Windows 11 is, yeah, I need to just go back. What I hate about Windows 11 is the fact that in order for me to even get a movable taskbar like this, I have to use a third-party tool called Start All Back. So annoying. Battle of Corfez Elite. Public queue. I'm queuing for it. In 3, 2, 1. I believe. Everyone that joined that, I believe. Yeah, the Delkino's a great looking ship, and on this I have the Bozeman Titans Vandy Shield right now. Which I think, outside of these lines here, I think looks really nice on it, on the other parts. Yeah, it's an insta-pop and gonna go in there, and I hope it's, you know, y'all from the stream, I hope it's not some like AFK bot just trying to get the rewards. Orfez rewards suck. Terrible. My lighting in here sucks too. Where the hell is my light?
I will be acting as flag captain for a small task force that will engage the enemy throughout the system. Once your team has formed up at the rendezvous coordinates, you will enter the Corfez system and engage the...
I don't know. Time to go AFK? Terrible. Oh yes, there's no science ship in here. We're gonna be in a rough experience. Ring light. You guys still hear me? Stowe crashed? Not even the graphics driver, it's Stowe? Oh, come on. No issues for weeks on Windows 10, but that was Stowe that crashed this time. Not, it wasn't a driver crash. I was worried. I'm looking over like I'm looking over like, did I just, crash? That had me a little bit worried, I'm not gonna lie. OP NG tank crash Scorfez, yeah. See, this is why I need side team. I got sub-nuked. There we go. BBD Prime, is anyone on TBC Fed that can send an invite? Oh. We got Teray. We got the Teray.
Stop any Vodwar ships leaving undersea. Protect the Teray.
Goodbye. This is the phase we fail at. It was nice knowing y'all. Because this is not going to go well. This is... I don't have Sensor Phantom on this right now. Oh, this is bad. Very, very bad. I did what I could. Yeah, well, we don't have enough EPG in here for it. Good try, everyone. Unfortunately, this phase is broken and has been for like a year now.
I'm very disappointed.
So it spawns in everything in one go, and if you can beat it, it is completely beatable if you have the right builds in there. But we did not have the right build for that. Like, we did not have the right builds for taking that out. No protomatter field projector? No. My bot failed. That's great. No EPG, yeah. It's fine. This is how it goes sometimes. What is there in Stowe that doesn't bug out when you kill things too fast? You know? What's the obsession with the drain stuff, Darth? I've been hearing people say that a bit recently, and I just don't understand. HSE? Yeah, we can do an HSE. Drain plus NG tank OP. Terrible, Rob. I'm gonna back the overclock off quite a bit too, just to be safe. Like everything was fine last night with even higher clocks than this, but just to be safe, I'm gonna lower the memory clock down to 2650 and the core clock. I mean, the core clock should be fine. I think it's probably just memory. There. Okay, so I've seen Hive Onslaught Elite requested in chat. Gotcha. Okay. Here is Hive Onslaught Elite public queue. Here we go. Good luck, everyone. I mean, how many people are in the stream right now? I don't actually have YouTube open. I'm looking at OBS. So there's 92 people in here, it says. So just, these queues only need 5 people. So it's just 4 plus me. So yeah, Instapop is not too surprising. Terrible, David. No, it's because I was just pushing the card and seeing how things were going. Okay, you fixed your bot. Terrible. Ported.
Your efforts are futile. Destroy this vessel, and I will claim another.
Hate this bug.
Your efforts are futile. Destroy this vessel, and I will claim another.
Good job, everyone. Get ready for board carcasses to fill your screen. I know, it's such an annoying visual effect. Okay, let's take a look at that parse. Complex Plasma Fire doing great. Plasma Incendiary Bombardment doing great. Yeah, I mean, Plasma, Plasma just really shines in this elite environment with the stuff from the Corn Hunter. But that's not really any new news though. Plasma nice. Tholian Warp Crystals did very little for me in here. 4.4k, so for general use, I don't think you have to worry about the Tholian Warp Core, but for like IS, infected, doing like record runs, I think the Warp Core is pretty much a must right now. But most people aren't doing that, so you don't really have to worry about it. Nice. Very nice, Darth. Honestly, Fire at Will sounds like something fun. Let's do a nice change of pace on that front. Let's bring out a build that I know some of you are big fans of. The Akani 3, and let's do a Fa run. Yeah, here we go. This is a Fire at Will loadout. You mentioned Fa. That sounds like something to be fun to do. Let's do an Infected, but with Fa. I don't know how good or bad this is gonna go. Let's just do it for fun. Something a little bit different. Um, Conduit one. Set this up as a private? Okay. We got slot for two. Who wants in on this ISE? Megla? Okay. Yep, and thought I had you on my friends list. Why is it not showing you there? We are full on this one. I'm sorry, Dan. Yeah, we're full on this one. Rob, you're swapping to a tank. Are you going on that character, Rob, or? So it looks like with this build, I'm set up for fall extension duration with ETM, which is a pain, but we have options there. Everyone good to go? Mark to Chief, unless someone has like pulled it from the files, I'm not aware of it. I don't know, Darth. Could try lots of different traits right now. I think I have the one off this ship on. Um, I mean that's 20% cat 2, which I mean it's cool, but so the question is, do I want 35% cat 1 or 20% cat 2? For me, I think the cat 2 is probably probably going to be a little bit more useful. Rob, I assume you're ready. I'm going to take us in. And Voyager's always ready.
The situation.
Guess I don't need threatening state. That'd probably be very bad for Rob. Voyager was born ready? Absolutely.
Scanning the nanite. God. Digital data is available.
I messed up already.
The nanite probe to repair the transducer. Stop them.
Your defensive capabilities are unable to withstand us. Lower your shields and await assimilation.
I'm screwing up the FAW timing so much. I wish there was just a simple way for FAW extension. I mean, it's going to be like 700k. Thank you all for joining for that run. I mean, it was interesting to do the FAW there, but man, beams suck. You know, as someone that flies cannons,
Sensors.
man, do beams just not have any punch at all.
However, our scans of the starbase are still
Terrible.
being disrupted. We will
Thank
need
you
to
all for the
send
run,
an
though.
away team there to look for survivors.
Was that a record for anyone? I imagine not. In Voyager, you were at no Voyager. You and Heup got records. The Voyager, you got 513. Yeah, it's a theme build. I think if I was like actually pushing like a FOB build up right now, I'd probably just use something like the Delkina, honestly. I agree, my cannon addiction has opened my eyes to how much beams suck. Yeah. Rob, Megla, yep, Voyager, thank you for the run. Yeah. ISO Mags OP. Try cannons again. Oh yeah, yeah, I can do that. That's cannon's very nice. Axel, the new update goes live on Tuesday. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna leave this TFO group, and next up, I'm thinking. Let me just think here. Let's do a cure found elite. Public queue, cure found elite. The Lexington can do cannons. Lexington is fully capable of doing cannons. There were people running that ship with 4 dual heavy cannons and 4 turrets aft for a long time. Eight isomags on one ship is going to be very nice. Cannons, dual cannons and dual heavies are restricted to certain ships, yeah. What's wrong with that? Yeah. Unfortunate. Yeah, if someone's really against cannons and complains about them not performing well enough, it's almost only like you don't want to be elitist about it, but the only reason cannons don't perform well for someone is if they can't handle how they fly. Like that's the brutal honest answer is they haven't taken the time to learn how to pilot cannons. Because cannons are forward facing, and if you don't know how to keep your ship pointed at a target and move around fast and keep targets in that forward arc, you're gonna have a difficult time with cannons. And your choices are to either accept that and work on improving your piloting, or go to Reddit and complain about elitist DPSers, misleading you. You know, I suck when it comes to like EPG builds and ground stuff, but I'm not sitting here complaining that those builds suck. It's you're like that they don't perform well. It's more of I recognize that I do not like it's a skill issue on my behalf. I'm not going to blame that build type for me having skill issue. Yeah. Be another successful TFO. For she at least. Beams used to be really good, and then they like fire will used to be the thing. Like the very early days of the game, it was people complained about cannons and called it Cannon Online. Then Fire at Will became the meta. People called it Fire at Will Online. They nerfed Fa. Beam Overload got like three or four different revamps over the years until it was finally good. Beam Overload used to be a complete joke. Like you would hit Beam Overload and it would buff a single shot. That's how Beam Overload used to work, is that entire, like, you didn't get a 10-second buff. It was one beam would get like a 200% damage bonus for a single shot. That used to be Beam Overload. Yeah, like things have changed over the years, but every time something becomes the top option, people complain about it. Like when cannons have been the top performer, people complain about it. When beams were the top performer, people complained about how lazy it was to just fly, fire at will around, and that was all you saw in the game. People complained about that. When EPG, was really dominant in Crystalline Catastrophe, people complained about that. When torps were the top thing, over the past couple of years, look at all the people that have been very vocally against, torpedoes, and torpedoes even, being pushed so much, by people that make content and all that. Like every time something performs well, and you see people focus on that, the player base, like a good chunk of the player base, likes to complain. Now it is casual online. Dark Ghost, how's it going? CCA run that? Yeah, let's do a CCA. On the topic of Crystalline, that's a nice 10-player TFO. Crystalline Catastrophe Advanced, 10-player TFO. Let's head on in there. I'm Rob. Gonna set up a rapid fire build just to troll Darth. The thing is that we all suck when we first get into a new like play style. Like in like 2020 or whenever, when I was starting to get into the torp stuff, was it 2020 or 2021? I don't remember. Like I was garbage. I was absolute garbage at flying torps initially, and it's just practice. Everything in this game, any playstyle, is practice. You can either sit there and work at it and improve your capabilities, practice the activation cycle, your ability rotations, that type of stuff, your positioning, how you fly your ship. You can either improve as a player, or you can sit there and continue to bitch about it. Something crashed? Y'all had game crash? Up, everyone. Or you can just use Agony Redistributor. Terrible. Kyle, not until Tuesday. You sound like Jordan Peterson if he played style. I don't even really know who that is, to be honest with you. I probably sound a bit negative today. Yeah, I did, Rob. Pleb, I don't even know who that is. Should they nerf it again? Agony, like the amount of damage it reflects is not quite working the way it's supposed to. Can cannon builds built like the beam overload, or is it a different story? I mean, you can, like, most of the build principles that work for beam overload apply for CSV. Like you're just, instead of running beams, you're running cannons. Instead of using beam overload, you're putting in cannon scatter volley on, and you just a couple of traits you change around. Spencer does not sound like Kermit though. Oh. Jesus Christ, Rob. Rob is like the most elitist. We got to keep Rob away from any public chats. Rob is like truly elitist. Let's do another TFO. Have I done my red alert for the day? I have not. Engineers got a rep, yeah. For this red alert, I'm gonna swap back to the Connie fire at will build, just for this. Ariane, thank you for the sub there. We just had a lot of subs roll over again. Thank you. Ariane, Warp Core, Mystic Tree, Mike, Ravco, Osiris, and Boss. Thank you for the memberships. Very much appreciated. Weapons hot, deflector to full is a count unlock on all characters on PS4 for some reason. I wonder if, you know, hypothetically, if that trait maybe got screwed up because, you know, hypothetically, you know, maybe there's, you know, a different version of that shipping coming. Any tips for a beam build? Like what type of beam build? Are you looking at fire at will, surgical strikes, beam overload? What are you looking at there? And what ship? Fire at will? My biggest tip would be hope that this new duty officer that we're getting on Tuesday is helpful. For fire at will. I would say take a look at the builds Discord. Get some ideas there from people that main beams a bit more often. Like, just it's a bit difficult. Oh, this is already like done. Hell's left. That was difficult. Yeah, that's your best bet, honestly, for like high fire at will uptime is to manually trigger ETM with a torp spread. I like to use the wide angle quantum or the prolonged torpedo with these fire at will builds if you're doing the ETM route, just so that you can just have a bit better coverage on being able to fire your torp to make sure you can get ETM off. That's the big thing, is make sure you're using a fast firing torp with it. Yeah. With cannons, you get to just keep going. Cannons, you can just... So the challenge with cannons, the skill requirement with it is that you have to fly over to the next target and keep things in that forward arc. And if you're able to do that, the reward is quite good. To hell with elite, or to hell with honor elite with fall. I mean, we've done that before, but I mean, if that's what you really want, I mean, sure, we can do that. It's not going to go great, but the hell with honor elite with fire at will. Let's see how good or bad this goes. The reason I like the wide angle is just because it's a 180-degree arc, so you can fire it off easier and keep things up more often. What am I hyped for with the new release with limited knowledge? I'm not... The things that have me hyped are going to be arriving sometime after the new season. I'm interested in the next C-Store bundle. I think the next C-Store bundle looks really good. The next time they do a Zen sale, I'm putting $100 in to get me some Zen for this next bundle. And outside of that... I don't know. The only thing I'm really looking forward to with this new season is the T6X2 and then that fire at will duty officer. But we need to know how good the fire at will duty officer is first. Yeah, I mean, the Lorca set, I get why the Dark Matter would be preferred, but just having that extended arc is just so handy. If I'm limited on ship traits, is ETM good for CSV? You can use ETM for CSV. It's not ideal, but you can do it. What, Alan? The fire at Wildolf we have literally no info on, other than that it's going to be arriving Tuesday. Yeah, probably.
Destroy the Mokai vessels before they can power up.
I just hit my spread too early against. And die.
The Mokai vessels are powering up their warp cores. Stop them!
Maybe using they're using a flyer part's not the best call when I'm being shot at. I'm dead. I should probably put energy refrequencer on if it's not already on. Yeah, Alan, I'm not aware of anything coming out for Beam Overload. The announcement that they put out for the new lockbox just has a duty officer for fire at will. There was nothing there about Beam Overload. You failed. Okay. We had more than 6 ships escape. I don't think I've ever seen that fail condition before. Yeah, but you can get Withering Barrage for free from the that Klingon ship. So casual, he pops like a balloon. Terrible. I mean, you can get Withering Barrage for free from a variety, or not for free. You can get it from a variety of sea store ships. Like the legendary Valdor has it, the legendary Defiant, legendary Bird of Prey. The Defiant in the sea store would have it. Like there's a ton of different ships that give you Withering Barrage. It's just that most of them would cost you like $30. How am I reversing so fast? Yeah, it's probably a mix of the comp engine proc and then me spamming like emergency powered engines with the evasive. Redirecting a race requires you to get aggro and get shot at a lot. Yeah. What turrets do I use the most in the back row with the phaser build? The Gamma turret, Trilithium turret, and then for the last one, you pick whatever you want. So you bought the core? Or yeah, you're right. I'm thinking of the wrong thing, not the Valdor. Yeah, you're right, Chell. The Valdor's got emergency weapon cycle. I don't know why I said Withering Barrage. I do actually like, as much as I like to trash Beam Overload, I do have a Beam Overload build here. Well, you don't even have to fully level up the Klingon recruit. You get the ship with Withering Barrage, like, after doing the first, like, 2 story missions. Like, it's stupid how easy you get it. If you have a Klingon recruit, if you already have one, literally, just go play, like, the first couple of story missions. I think I got the ship. As soon as you get that Mtala Bird of Prey refit, like, that's the ship with Withering Barrage on it from that, so... All we need is some form of gambling, and we have the perfect stream. You guys are enabling me. This is what chat wants. They want gambling. They want to see my gambling addiction. I hate Windows 11 so much. I need to just go back to 10. Multi-boxer ban this one? I know. Okay. I've got $500 worth of master keys here. And what lockbox should I open today? The Borg's boring. Golden Ferengi box. I found some Infinity boxes. I don't know where the Borg lock boxes are. Let me check my bank. Safe Galaxy. Actually, that's one nobody's asked for. Oh, there we go. There's something different. How many World Razors can I pull? This is on the Triple Test server. Hacked lockbox? I don't have any. Yes, I'll be gambling with the new Prodigy lockbox. Not that I'm aware of. What is this? Borg? Let's Safe Galaxy again. Yeah, Watchers are in low supply, you see. Need more of them on the market. What a great experience. Where's ship? Got a ship 106 keys in as the first ship. Hell yeah. What's that noise? Never heard it. Martin. A second one within the... Wow, there's only like 60 between the two there. Turn off the axe, don't want you to get reported. Terrible. Three World Razors? Will I get a fourth? Gotta keep clicking. This is how you win stows. You click the lock boxes. Click them as fast as you can. I don't know. I mean, is this live? Is this triple? I don't know. We'll find out here in a minute. No, I'm clicking each of these with my hand, okay? Peak gameplay. Wow, guys, I just got three world razors from the $500 worth of keys that I just used. Now I'm gonna do something very, very special with these world razors. Very, very special. Are you guys ready for this? I got 3 of these ships for only $500. I feel like that, you know, the game was too generous. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete all 3 of them because I want to give Cryptic more money. So I have just discarded all 3 of them. And as you can see, like, if I go to retrieve from the replicator, they're not there. They're gone. I just deleted them. In total, from the 500 lock boxes, I got 71 Watcher Bridge Officers, 111 of the weapon packs, and yeah, 26 Lobby. For anyone that was wondering if that was live or tribble, do you think I would have opened $500 worth of lock boxes on live and then proceeded to have deleted the ships? That's getting clipped. Would that have, I think that would have been profitable, yeah, honestly. Like, I got really lucky with the ships there. Average drop rate would have you only at like 1 to 2 ships for 500 boxes. So me getting 3 like that, pretty damn lucky. Should also discard the Lobby? Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, honestly, I feel like Cryptic deserves a lot more money, so I'm just going to delete the entire inventory for the most part, outside of like the Watcher Bridge Officer, some of this other stuff. See, my end goal here was not actually to get items from the lock boxes. My actual goal was to get energy credits so that I could play Dabo. Okay, now I can actually do what I wanted to do with that $500, and that is play a max roll of
Spin the
Dabo.
wheel and win.
Million on each. We're going big. 500,000 IQ. Hell yeah, I turned that 3 million EC into 150,000 GPL. Sounds good. See you around, Martin.
Keep your eyes on the wheel.
This is Star Trek Online. Good amount there. I'm getting all the GPL. Well, there is a GPL store, Dan, but there's basically like nothing in it.
The house always wins.
There's some like old like trophies for you to put inside your ship interior from the early days of the game. But like nobody does that stuff anymore. I don't think most people even know about those things. Yeah, I just am here to try and get some GPL. That's what I'm trying to do.
Maybe it'll bring you good luck.
Some nice original content. Yeah. You know that there's like a capped how much GPL you can have, right? Like once you get over that number, isn't it? Like it shows you as a negative balance. Can you only slot the single turret cannon? So the single cannons, yeah, those are forward only.
Hurry, the table isn't rigged anymore.
I don't know. I don't know the exact number that it takes. I know you can get there. I think the Stow Wiki Discord did an event where they had people get up to it. It's like 2 billion something. But that would take you a while to get. Like, I thought about doing that as a video a while back, and it takes so long to get.
How are you gonna spend your winnings?
10 mil? Okay. Yeah, more quad cannons would be good.
The house always wins.
I mean, if you want to do beams on your Miranda, you're fine. It's just you have to understand the pros and cons for each, you know, weapon type, and like beams are easier to handle. They could still get any content in this game done. Like beams are still good enough to do the content this game has. It's just if you're chasing DPS, they do fall behind. You will never get a beam build to be, you know, competitive with like a cannon build or a torp build or an EPG build. It just isn't going to happen. I use quad cannons quite often. My Gorn or the Delkina build I'm using is using the plasma quad cannon off the Gorn. Which console do I like more? Obviously, well, the triple test console on Drozana, it's fun.
Hands off the heart.
But there's that dopamine hit when something actually sells on the player exchange, you know? You know, it feels different when you're actually getting, you know, real resources on the live server versus getting them on Tribble. The Gorn Hunter Pilot Raider Zac, it's a lockbox ship that was released earlier this year. The experimental weapon, the quad cannons, the trade-off of it all make plasma really good. The console also, like every accessory on that ship works to make plasma better. On the rear of the ship, do turrets. So yeah, you can get up to that 2 billion GPL limit, but it takes you a while. I mean, you know, I've been clicking this the past 5 minutes, and you know, I've only went through like 30 mil EC.
So, do you come here often?
I didn't realize my Discord had closed. How high should the EPG be for Corfez? I don't know. I mean, I don't think EPG skill necessarily is the part to focus on. It's more just what's your DPS at. Like, how you want to be able to drag in a ton of things to that, like in that terrain phase, and just group everything up and start slamming them. Okay, I'm bored of doing the Dabo, but you guys see it takes a while. Yeah, you if you want to go the plasma route, having that Gorn ship is huge. No doubt about that. What are my thoughts on the new Borg? They having greater resistances to damage. We don't know exactly what the difference is yet. Um, I mean, I think it'd be good to have some challenging Borg in the game. I don't know if those are the only enemies we need to worry about with the upcoming season. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they and the other any other new species form in combat. Yeah, the Borg are a joke right now. My EPG build is really not that good. I'll swap over to the EPG build. We don't know, Dan. We don't know what they're going to do to them exactly yet. Nice. Welcome back, Martin. Where is my ship? I am part gen. Here we go. Yeah, my EPG build's a little bit out of date. I know I think when I used this a couple weeks back, just tonight was commenting on things I should change with my build. Something's probably missing here, but EPG. I mean, we can try like in HSC. I can't guarantee I'm going to do anything spectacular, but we can give it a shot. Just see how it goes. Okay. 5 Onslaught Elite. Let's see how terrible this goes. I am not really an EPG player. I'll just be upfront about that. This is not the playstyle I like. Nor is it one that I am very good with. Yeah, there should be, every time there's a new lockbox, there's a key sale and a lobby sale. So it should be at least a 20% sale starting up on Tuesday, I would imagine, Zach. Casual EPG. No, I'm bad. Like, not even memeing. I'm just not very good at this. Alright, it's temporal primary, isn't it? And like, isn't it strategist secondary on these builds? I don't remember, but okay. It's gonna be 20% and you're gonna like it. Thing gonna go? Bioneural infusion circuits. I mean, a lot of the Lobi stuff is situational depending on what your build is like. Boimler, yeah, I mean, Boimler's good. Boimler's good. Now I'm here to disappoint all of you. I'm going to probably screw this up quite massively. Like I said, this, like, legitimately, this is not a playstyle I really do much with, so do not expect me to do much here. My build is not polished and up to date, and I just, in general, am casual. Good luck. Looks like no tank. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Resistance is futile.
And I think things got gravitoned away from me. Okay. Okay, I don't even know what's going on now. This is just... All I know, my opening's not good. Things got dragged away from it. And I didn't even get some of my abilities off. Like I said, I'm bad at this. And I keep losing, like, targeting on this. Like, I'm bad at this, like I said. And my DOC is not even on my tray. Yeah, I'm bad. Look at all the things I'm not putting down even. I think my trade just screwed up too. BRB, it's not even, things aren't on my tray. Everything's fallen off. Or is it even on my tray? There it is. Yeah, and like legitimately, if I was to go through and do like an EPG run, I would have to like set up the trades and all that again because they're just bad. $600K on an EPG build in HSC is garbage. That was so bad. Yeah, it's terrible. I'm not an EPG player. To be fair, a lot of things are off my tray there because loadouts, but this is not my preferred play style because I'm too casual for it. Yeah, but 600k on an EPG build like that is not good. I need 5 Federation players on the team. Ideally, some EPG. We're going to do something different. I need 4 people. Ideally, if we could get some EPG builds in here, this probably would be good. Distant Night, you want to join in on this? Yeah, let's get you on a team. Yeah, some EPG or AoE builds be really good for what we're gonna do, but it needs to be on the Fed side. Needs to be on the Fed. Fed aligned. Sean, let me check. Eddie, okay. I've got 196k for Death Knight, Champfire 147, Vifark 32, and True Warper 29. Arcadia, let me grab you. We're gonna do something real fun. Begla. Fire, let me check your damage stats here. Yeah, I think you had the same thing I was going like having issues with there, where just not enough secondary deflector procs, because your secondary deflector can do quite a bit if you have like DRB procking it. But my issue like that where I just didn't have DRB on my tray until like the end. It's not necessary. We're gonna go into a patrol. Megla wants in. One more here. Voyager, okay. Voyager, I can't even invite you. You're in an HSE. Okay, Axel's gonna join for this one. Axel, this is your handle, right? Am I thinking of the right? Axel, it says you have team invites turned off. Yeah, I can't invite you. Go to your social window, go to privacy, and set it so you can. I think is it here? Where's the thing to allow people to invite you to a team? LFT settings. Oh, you just have to LFT settings there and allow. We're gonna be full with Axel here. Then I'll get you in on the next one. Same for you, Firebird. Alright, we're gonna leave Voyager behind. Still... There we go. The UI just wasn't updating. Okay. Set your difficulty to Elite. And what I want to do is a 5-man hard Jupiter Gauntlet. I know we've done this before, but just give it another try with some EPG builds. So set your difficulty to Elite. Then let's go into Jupiter Gauntlet Hard. And head on in. Everyone on the team has to hit the button to join the patrol, so make sure your difficulty matches, and yeah. Let's all get in here and wait for everyone to get in before we move.
Enemy ships warping in near projection station Alpha.
Yeah, Dark Eddie just joined that patrol on Elite difficulty. It's the hard mode. I guess we're going in. Oh, I did not mean to hit that.
Next group incoming. Projector station Beta. Attack.
And of course, it's like the Zenkati, and it's just a joke difficulty-wise. Oh no, I should not have DLC'd there. That was too much. It's sort of a joke how easy this is. Like, it's not even a challenge, it's that thing. It's definitely laggy. Like, look at that lag. Well, thank you everyone for that. I just wanted to see how much of a joke that would be. Moment, how's it going? Yeah, I guess I was hoping it would like scale up the enemies, like how the number of them in here, but apparently not, which is just sad. Yeah, I mean, a lot of builds can. It was just seeing, I didn't remember if it like actually brought more enemies in. Some of the patrols back in the day would bring in more enemies. While we have the 5 EPG builds on this team, you all down for a Corfez? Megalodonius has left the team. Buggy Corfez. That not sound appealing to you? Okay, Firebird was next on the list here, so let me get Firebird in. Terrible distant night. Terrible Megla. Okay. Dan will get you in on the next one then. So let's do this, and here we go. Hopefully that brought in the entire team. Y'all will get to see my casual EPG build. What's going to happen is we're not going to get the Teray. We're going to get trolled, and it's going to give us something else. That's what's going to happen. While we're waiting, with my CPU and GPU on a random note, I decided to use these Thermal Grizzly cryo sheets. The CPU one wasn't difficult to place. It's just a matter of, yeah, can't do it while it's still standing up in the case. It needs to be flat on the ground, but that's fine. The temps have been fine. The GPU one I was a little bit worried about because it was slipping around and it's electrically conductive, so if it went too far off, it would fry the GPU, but it seems to be installed right and it's doing well. How long will I be streaming for? I don't know. Not the entire night. No, I might call it here in the next, like, I don't know. We'll see how this run goes. He just destroyed like half the map. Oh, there's something else left? Oh. Blood's dead.
Corvette 4 uses solar power.
And it's Solar Station, which is like one of the easiest phases you can get. I think, well, actually, it's the easiest phase. He is now a part-time streamer.
The Vodwar want to destroy that station. Stop them.
Warning, ship is under attack. Please stay within a charge of emergency. Warning, ship is under attack.
Okay, so this should all be dying here shortly. I'll go over and help.
Our Benton ally helped to reach the planet.
Benton's not bad. The Benthans are, I'd say, the second worst you can get. That Teray phase used to be easier, but with how it is, I'm going to go far left. I was really hoping that grab bow would pull that in. Okay, it's pulling things in. I didn't realize my ship's turned the wrong way. Flying this so poorly. We've lost some ships apparently, so we are going to have to do the second wave. We've lost a lot of ships. What? Why are we losing so many ships? Oh, okay, it's just bugged out. We got it. We got it. Incoming message.
We're pushing the VOD warp.
Okay, I was like, what the hell is going on?
We're pushing the VOD warp.
Is under attack. Shields have failed.
Yeah, my trays like need a major rework for this build. I thought we had it in the first phase there, to be honest. So close.
Excellent work.
There we go. Good job, everyone. Cataracts for the win. Got it. Remember, that's, you know, by many, that is considered like the hardest TFO in the game. Okay, I'm gonna swap characters again. Thank you everyone for teaming up there, and let's cycle and get some more folks in here. So I'm going to go back to casual. Dan, I know you want in, so let me scroll back up because I know there's a couple at handles. So Dan wants in. I don't know what TFO we're gonna do yet. I'll figure that out here in a moment. Where did that go? Okay, Dan's in. Who else are we grabbing here? Let's get folks who have not had a chance to join in on things so far tonight. Yeah, thank you guys for joining that Corfez. What build am I going to bring here? I don't know. What should I bring? Do I go CSV? Do I go Torps? Do I go beam overload? Like what do I bring here? Beam overload immersion? We can do that. That's what I'm in right now. Beam overload immersion. Benjamin, you want in? Let me grab you here. Hold on. I have room for one more. Then I'll figure out what we're doing. I'm seeing beam overload, phaser CSV. I'm seeing many differing requests. But I know beam overload is what many of you at your hearts truly want to see me use. So I'm going to give the viewers what they constantly ask me for. And that is beam overload. Megala wants the last spot? Okay. Polaron CSV. A Polaron's good. I used to actually have a Polaron set up on my VOD jug. Polaron's good. No, Polaron's as viable as any of the other damage types. So is Tetrion. Really, there's not that much difference between the damage types, to be honest. Okay, let me take a look at our options here. What do you guys want? You guys want an infected elite? Do you want You know, for the people in this lobby, what do you guys want? You want to get an infected elite done? You want to do a hive? What queue do you guys want to do here? Distant Night? No, that's not right now. Terrible. Yeah, procs are pointless. Use whatever flavor you like. Yeah, exactly. Works. My torp piloting's rough. I'm just a washed DPS player at this point. Hive Onslaught? Hive Onslaught, okay. Dan, you're on cooldown for Hive. Kittimer? Let's do Kittimer then. Yeah, Kittimer. Kittimer Elite. It's not Hive, but, you know, it's a queue. It's a queue where you can do things. Here we go. Days of Doom Elite, huh? Yeah, that's not gonna happen. How could you say that, you know, Distant Night? No Scope said it too?
There are 2 active Borg transwarp conduits in this system.
I can't believe you people. Days of Doom? I'm sorry, Warp Core. Oh, Warp Core, did I forget to bring you in? Oh, you said Days of Doom first? Terrible. Intriguing. How's it going?
We will add your technological and biological distinctiveness to our own.
Gotcha. I'm sorry. My apologies. I did not realize you were the first to try and troll me there.
Drones are headed for the time vortex. Stop them!
Dead. Yeah, I'm stuck with these tracker beams. RIP.
Your defensive capabilities are unable to withstand us. Lower your shields and await assimilation.
I feel like if with the CS rebuild, I would have had this entire side of the map cleaned already. I know it's been said before, but man, this beam overloads. Why is this not on my tray? I don't understand what's like going on with things just not being on the tray. OSS misfired. Left side has probe that they are letting through. We're gonna fail this. That was damn close. That was pretty close there. Typical Spencer using beams that look like cannons. I know, terrible. Can't even fire. Terrible. Keep an eye on the timer. We are actually getting close to that. Oh, we gotta start killing stuff faster. Oh no. Beam overload misfired, so it's just standard fire on the beams. You can hear it. Okay, so that was rough.
We're picking up some strength.
Good job, everyone. I hate beam overload. Friendship class versus Section 31 battlecruiser. I mean, they're slightly different play styles. The Section 31's got like a more aggressive play style, whereas the friendship class is still capable of doing, you know, being set up aggressively, but it's not, you know, it's a 4-4, right? So 4-4 versus 5-3. The Section 31, if you're looking for something with a lot of firepower potential, the Section 31 is going to win. Just keep in mind that, like, the little effect the Section 31 has where it sends the drone swarm out does expand your hitbox, which isn't an issue in most situations, but if you're doing anything coordinated, that hitbox, your hitbox will become the size of the map, and it makes it very hard for people to select targets, but they can just have target. It sucks. Wish they'd fix that bug. Almost timeouting, very casual. I know. We did it. Beam overload is good, like, for taking out, like, if your job in a run is to take out like a boss, you know, beam overload can work it. Or if you're just going in to take out some secondary stuff, it's fine. But if you have to deal with an AoE situation, it sucks so much. Starbase 1 Elite with beam overload? No. No. I'm getting out of the beam overload setup. I can't do it right now. We can do a Starbase 1, but let me just get to a good build. Good build. I feel better. Defensive Starbase 1, everyone here good to go? Defensive Starbase 1 Elite. Here we go. Can do, well, I mean, we can do it as a private, or we could just, I'm just gonna go into this private group. By good build, I mean a normal cannon build, yeah. 5 jellyfish team. I should set up a jellyfish at some point. I know we've talked about this. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Listen up. The war.
Reason for the visual changes on this map is because the new Starbase 1 where we fight Borg. That we're getting on Tuesday. We have been going long enough that my fleet has landed in Ogain. Okay. It's stupid how fast these things die in here. This is why people like this map, is because it's elite, but the enemies are like advanced difficulty level.
There's a break in incoming warp signatures. Time before more arrive. Reading some
Iowa
heavy
or Iowa
machines.
Street, Spencer? I'm in Iowa.
Battle cruisers.
I'm in Des Moines.
Evacuation ship is launching. Give them cover.
It's crazy how fast things die in here.
Evacuation ship is launching. Give them cover.
I feel like don't even have time to really fire the maelstroms, it feels like. Things are dead before the maelstroms can get there, you know?
An evacuation ship is launching. Give them cover. Do not talk through them again. Get into position to prepare for the next assault.
The Darien with 7 isomax is going to be so much DPS. Yeah, always have to do events.
Keep fighting. The evacuation ship is launching. Give them cover.
Good job, everyone.
That'll do.
Everything dies the second it warps in. Yeah.
I don't know how much longer we can keep up with this kind of war. Today was a good one. At least there will be a tomorrow.
Get all that salvage. Meta OP fall UFO. Jeez, Axel. Nice, Firebird. Yeah, the past week or two, the temps here have been brutal. Starting to cool down a little bit. Is it right now? 74, so it's not too terrible out. Yeah. The jellyfish mode, if you had 5 fully spec'd out Nadarians in this, yeah, it'd be crazy. Okay. It is 8:30. I am going to need to call it here, so if there's any final questions or anything you guys want to ask in chat, then shoot away. Video wise, obviously there will be a news video. My Delkina video. At this point, I'm wondering, do I wait for the T6X2 upgrade? Just so I can show, I mean, because that's now we're talking that's 3 days away. Do I wait until after that is out so I can show the the extra trade-in console slot? I don't know. That's the dilemma. Will I be streaming on Tuesday? Yeah. Yeah, wait. If I could have had it done like earlier this week, it would have been fine, but now that we're this close to T6X2, may as well. Wait until better run, yeah. Well, I was reading some of the comments there, saying that, too much of the DPS was not from energy weapons for it to be a due record. I did enjoy the fact that they did not realize that complex plasma fires is triggered by energy weapons firing. You can make a forum post on it, but I don't think they're going to do anything for it anytime soon, to be honest with you, Firebird. I know. I know. Okay. Thank you all for tuning in. I will see you guys around as soon as I can find where my OBS is. Yeah, it'd be nice if they buffed the pet consoles like that, but I just realistically don't see them doing that anytime soon. Okay. See you guys around. Take care.